Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, August 1st. Look at our window traders market profile of the ES and NQ. Boy, oh boy, what a start to the month of August. So first, to put things in context, as wild as price and ranges have been the last 3 days, we're only down $1.50 on the S&P this week so far. Okay? Today's ranges in ES and NQ are two of the largest ever. They're in the top 5 or 6, I believe. What's interesting about that is all the other ones, except for one in ES, are either during the pandemic or the financial crisis back in '08. So it is stunning to have a range of almost $15.50 in ES and just under $20 in NQ on a market that's basically just in balance on the daily, and the volume wasn't even that heavy. Now, triple Qs is 12 million over average right now. ES is 5 million over. Now, IWM also had a large range of just under $10. Their volume was very heavy, almost 70 million. But what did we do today? ES was up coming into today. Take out the daily high, take out the overnight high, and finally fill that gap up above, only to come back down, have an outside day down, and are in balance again. What did NQ do? NQ did not get the overnight high. Remember, this gap, now I'm in 8-tick increments. This gap is large. We spoke about it this morning on the video and in the trading room. Said there's no way this gap's getting filled unless you have a strong trend day up. Obviously, we had a strong trend day down. So the market started off impressive. We had an opening test drive up. We had higher value. We had the indices very strong. And we took out the overnight high in ES, only to absolutely fall apart and have the bears take control. But before we start signing those debt certificates for the bulls again, remember what happened Tuesday, right? Tuesday was, now we didn't have as large a range, but Tuesday was a trend day down too that just didn't really give up at all. And we took it all back yesterday morning on a gap higher. So nothing will faze me. The one thing that would start changing things in the bigger picture is if we take out a monthly low. So last month's low certainly is in the ballpark here for both ES and in NQ. We'll see what happens. This is the type of day that my room, for what I charge, if I could charge $500 a month, and this type of day would pay for that, because I couldn't drill it into our members and our traders' heads more throughout the entire day. Once B period started going down, do not look for longs. Remember, because of Wednesday's gap above Tuesday to take all the single prints back, you left a huge price vacuum inside of Tuesday's range. And look what happened when we got into it. We just traded almost the entire thing in ES and NQ. We finally found some two-sided trade in the lower distribution and the POC area. TPO and volume POC. Same with NQ. When we talk about these price vacuums, a lot of people, I think, scoff at them. Don't. This MGI is incredibly powerful. And I don't care if you didn't make a dime today, but if you didn't lose a dime today, you had a great day. Because I can't imagine what ranges of almost $20 and $16, how many people kept saying, this is the bottom, this is the bottom, this is the bottom. No, it's not. We had very, very small alleviation of short pressure in J, very small, which then continued to roll over and make new lows. That's textbook. And then L&M finally took back some of the short pressure. Now, Amazon earnings came out already. They're not trading down a lot. They're only down, well, from the low of the day, they're only down about $4, I see. So nothing huge yet. Apple comes out at 4:30. And then tomorrow you have non-farm payroll. I had a good day today, but this range was mind-numbing. I really watched a good part of the afternoon. I shorted NQ against the overnight high, which turned out to be very nice. But then because we had the value and the indices on pullbacks, I made some money on the long side in A. In B period, I took a long in ES when it first took out A's low against. Remember I said the line in the sand from yesterday was E's high and value high? Well, it did bounce off there the first time. I didn't make a lot, but I made some money. But I said to the room, and this is where it's so important with context, I said if it goes down there again, I am not looking for a long anymore. Okay? And I didn't. And then I just started looking for shorts. So in NQ, I had a really nice short in B period to get the overnight low, to take out A's low and the overnight low when we started coming down. C period NQ, very nice short to get the IB low, and then with the single prints, some nice ebb and flow trading, any push up, I was trying to short. I took a short also in E period because of single prints. Now, the market really started continuing to push lower, but it was weird because it wasn't coming up. It wasn't heavy tempo to the downside, but there was also no responsive pushes back up. On a range like this, you would expect 30 points down, 10 up, 15 up, boom, short it, boom, back down 20. It was not happening. Then I watched the whole afternoon. In fact, the only trade I took a long in J to stop the one-time framing. I timed that nicely in NQ. So it was a good day overall, but as big of a range as it was, the tempo and the ebb and flow trades that I like weren't really there in the afternoon. They were certainly better in B and C period, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to go over all the destinations, just way too many. That'd be silly. Just going to go to the charts. So here's ES's daily, okay? It was up coming into today. We took out the high again, and then once we took out yesterday's low, and by the way, NQ had an outside day down also, we came right back to balance. So our balance high is today's high, and our balance low is July 25th, okay? Now, the weekly, believe it or not, is still an inside week for ES. It's down, but it's still an inside week. Now, and then let's look at the monthly real quick. And tomorrow night, I'm going to recap all these charts. So the monthly is still one-time framing up. In fact, we're one-time framing up, not including today, 8 out of the previous 9 months. So if we take out last month's low, is that the end for the bulls? Of course not. Of course not. It certainly slows the upward progression, but if you're a true bear, you want to see them come out of balance then to the downside. So remember that before you think it's all over. Now here's the NQ. They're up still on the monthly, right? We'll see if we come back into balance at some point. Their weekly isn't an inside week. It's just one-time framing down for 3 weeks. So they're certainly down. And then their daily, remember, I was still balanced coming into today in NQ. So all they did to me this morning was stretch their balance high. So their balance range now is 7 days, and today's high is the high of it, and July 30th is the low of their balance. I hope you guys had a good day trading. I hope you survived and didn't get hurt. Remember, if you are in a trading room, all the moderator is doing is screaming, I'm long here, short there, mine here, but, that doesn't keep anybody's temperature down or anything else. We can't keep it much calmer and cooler in camelback trading than we do. And just educating and trying to show people what's going on, how that profile paints such a beautiful picture, right? On a day like today, RSIs, Bollinger Bands, pivot points, you name it. I'm sure people kept saying, well, I'm buying it here, I'm buying it there, I'm buying it here. And guess what? They kept losing money. Okay? I'm not saying not to use those things, but when you have a tool such as this that is just showing you all day that the market's one time framing down with single prints, it alleviates so much anxiety to say, I'm trying to pick a bottom. I hope that helps. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.